Hello and welcome to lecture number 6 in the first IHF Children's Handball Symposium. My name is Courtney Gay and I'm a member of the IHF media team and I am your moderator for today's lecture. We have 3 translation options available for today's lecture: French, Spanish and Arabic. You can find these only if you're watching on Zoom. You can find them at the bottom of your screen by clicking the globe icon marked interpretation and selecting the label for your language. If you're watching this on Facebook right now, please check the comments where one of our team is going to share the link directly to this Zoom webinar, so you can join us if you have a Zoom account and you would like to use one of these translation options. This first IHF Children's Handball Symposium is part of the Virtual Academy introduced by the IHF last year to facilitate global online learning. All of this falls under the umbrella of the IHF Education Centre, available at ihfeducation.ihf.info. This symposium is comprised of a total of 8 lectures presented by top children's handball experts from around the world. Today's lecture, Winning the Ball in Defence, is presented by Dr. Nabil Taha Al-Shihab. Please feel free to ask questions throughout the lecture. We will address as many of these as we can at the end. And please also note this is being recorded, so you will be able to access it later for on-demand viewing. So Nabil, we are ready when you are.
Thank you, Courtney. Good afternoon, all, or good evening, wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 6th session. I would like to take you through it, winning the ball in defense. I will share the PowerPoint now. Hope it will be clear to everyone. A second. I think it's clear now, and it is defense. It is an equal part of our transitional game. Handball is a transitional game. We have to believe in this. We have to teach it, apply it, know it, and hopefully through this presentation, we will be able to have more understanding of the importance of defense, and not only knowing how, but knowing why we do defense. This is what we are going to cover through this presentation. I will start with a beautiful slogan: people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Theodore Roosevelt, the former president of United States of America, the more you care about the people, they will connect and will learn from you. So we have to care about defense, to care about our pupils or about our young players. I am honored and privileged to have a unique person, someone, our ambassador, who had won an Olympic gold medal, a world champion, and European champion and club champion. She have done it all, my friend. Please, let's listen to our ambassador, Catherine Blond.
Hi, I'm Katrine Lunde. I'm a goalkeeper and I live in Norway. And I have a daughter who is 6 years old. I started to play handball when I was around 9 or 10. I started to play football and I have been swimming a bit. I chose to start to play handball because I like to be with my friends. It's a team sport, and also my twin sister liked to play it, so this was how we started. I think the most important for children when they want to play handball is to have fun. Just enjoy and have fun on the training.
Absolutely, Catherine. To have fun and enjoy. Thank you to our ambassador. We can say that both defense and offense are equally, I will repeat, equally important for our beautiful game. And we have to say, we believe that defense should be more emphasized as a priority in every practice. It should be a priority in every practice, especially with the new tendencies for handball for the past 10 years. This is our theme today, is winning the ball. Winning the ball is in defense, and we will see practical implementation of this important subject. We will focus on the phases of defense, planning the training, and the presentation of practical videos. The greatest legacy we can leave with children is to be happy. Being happy means being receptive. Being receptive means being coachable. Being coachable means you will develop and you will prevail. So the core is to be happy. You see, in this slide, we can see the phases. We are taking you from losing the ball to regaining the position of the ball. And in between, we have to go for a quick retreat. That means going from our side to the other side of defense, or maybe even pressuring the offense in their area, and denying the opponent a free throw with the free throw, fast throw. We want to deny the opponent to have an easy goal through faster break, and delaying the faster break, and then the temporary defense where we try to organize. Then we go to our positional defense or the defense formation. These are the process or the phases of defense till we regain the ball. It's a cycle that will continue. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, our thinking enforces our feelings. So what we feel is based on our thinking. Our behavior is determined by our feeling, and our attitudes are shaped by our behavior, and attitudes is habit. And our habit becomes our personality. So we want to have the feeling for defense, the thinking before the feeling for defense, our behavior through repetition, and have winning situation where we can relate to as a positive experiment, then to build up the habit of loving defense. Then we have the personality of a defender. We think, we feel, and then we act. Why should we train defense? 4 elements from my point of view, and you can add to it, of course, with your experience, why we should train defense. Coaches, teachers, volunteers, if you are in a coaching position, defense you can control more. Defense is something you can easily control in the handball court. You can always control how many, you cannot always control how many shots are scored in the goal, but you can always control the intensity, the effort, and the execution of defense. Second, champions, they play great defense. Yes, champions plays a great defense. Third, the quickest way for you to get competitive is through defense. Developing great defense means is the quickest way to develop a competitive team. This is why some coaches emphasize in defense at the beginning of the season. Why? Because it develops the personality of a quickness, of determination, of effort and intensity. Fourth, a great defense leads to easy offensive opportunity, the fast break. You can get easy goals from good defense. So you contribute to defense and getting easy goals. Playing great defense will lead to more offensive. It's common sense. The better you are in defense, you will regain possession of the ball, then you play more offense. Guys, this is one of the most important slides of my lecture. This is the mindset of the defender. This is the know why. This is the know why for the defender. And please pay great attention to this slide, because I think it will be one of the questions will come from this slide. We have to create this thinking on the player that they constantly striving to regain possession of the ball. We want them to regain possession of the ball. Secondly, intercepting the ball, hitting the ball, pushing the ball. Third, you force the attacker to make technical mistakes. The next step, the fourth step, is forcing the attacker to shoot from weak position. Weak position, that means maybe against the shooting arm or from the side, not from the middle. You make it difficult. Yes, he can shoot, but from a position where he doesn't have high percentage of success in making goals. The fifth element, or the fifth condition, or the fifth mindset thinking, is delaying the game. You have to think of ways to delaying the game, giving the defense time to go back. By your action, delaying the game, you will give your fellow players the opportunity to go back in defense. Then constantly suppressing possible scoring by the opponent. This is where we have the body contact, or forcing the players to stop their offense. Gentlemen, ladies, this is the sixth mindset of a defender. We will see now the whole six in this final product. Final product are the senior team, and it is presented by world champion Denmark and Sweden in this video.
في كل لعبته تمرير كلار يطلع من على.
You see, this is one of the elements: attacker fall, the technical mistake. Then because of good defense, you can go back, you can go have an easy offensive by fast break. Now the Sweden team will delay the attack, where they cannot have easy opportunity to score in the goal. You will see someone will go high up now to delay the game for the Danish team. So this is also one of the elements of the mindset of the player. By forcing the attacker to make technical mistakes, technical passing mistake, raising the hand in front of the player who's receiving the ball, and the passer will force to have the ball from the defense. This is defense work. And now gaining possession of the ball, you will see it in the slow motion, where you can really win the ball, and you can by going back in defense and being in the right position, in the right time. Blocking is one big part of the game. The blocking is one big part of the game as well. So in the final product, you will see the mindset where we can coach the beginners, but in a different way of exercises. Forcing the attacker to make technical mistakes, stopping that player, and forcing the attacker for shooting from weak position. Shooting from weak position, then you have an easy access for a goal. Now we will see the training where we can plan our training. I build up a training for 53 minutes, more than 50 minutes, and we will see it. I wrote a phrase from Albert Einstein. He says, I never teach my pupils, I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. I never teach my pupils, I only attempt to provide the condition in which they can learn. And we want to provide an experiment. We want to provide the condition for our players to learn defense. The topic is defense. We have to talk to our players. You can see clearly in the photo, engage your pupils, engage your young ones, engage your player. They'll be part of the process. Now we will go, or I want to ask you the question where you have to answer it, and Courtney will try to get the answer, the right answer, I would say, in the end of our presentation. The question is, or the requirement is, to list 3 mindsets of the defender. We have shown 6. Please list 3 mindsets of the defender and send it through the chat in this presentation. The defense skills we have, it is positioning, it is guarding. The right position will enable you to move quickly, and to move in the right way, and to have the right action to the defense, to the attacker action. So firstly, you have to have the right position in defense, then the ability to guard. And we will see in the video shortly how to develop this. We have to create the coordinated movement. And previously, in the previous lectures, you had a beautiful presentation for coordination. The suitable posture required during personal classes during the one-on-one. So defending position and control the attacker without the ball. We have not only to defend with the ball and also, but with the ball also. And we have to think of the stage of the player. Is he beginner? Is he intermediate, advanced, or expert? It is a process, and we have to know where to start in order to build the program for our players. We will share the video now for the guarding. It's very easy. I have to say that this beautiful girl is only 2 weeks in handball. You see, she is following the little boy, what he's doing. Of course, it is one-on-one, building up the positioning, the arm, and you can see from Dr. Alona where she explained this very well. So she is a constant positive feedback from the teacher and showing the exercise, the execution, the exercise before they start. And you see the coaches involved, the two players are really engaged in this exercise. Now we go ahead with the process. It is guarding with the ball, without ball, and trying to get the ball and shooting at the goal. It's easy and it is enjoyment, it is caring about them, instruction, and you can continue having the players in a position where they will play defense, and it's related also to offense. Look how good in guarding, and almost it's impossible, but in the end, she is able to continue with the work, and good work from the defender, very good work from the defender. It is important to point that the defense is a coordinated movement. It requires a good quickness and fast footwork, and it is related with the work of the arm. Many times we said we defend with our feet, means the quickness, the movement, the shifting from side to side, diagonal movement, going back and using the arm as well. Blocking with the arm, tackling the opponent with the arm, waving the arm like what we saw when forcing the player to make wrong passes. So it is a coordinated between the feet and the arm. We need quickness in the feet and good arm movement. This is exercise also for warming up. You can use these exercises warming up. This is from a friend of mine, Dr. Hikmat in Iraq, where he teaches children to try to, intercept the dribbling. And you say this is in the beginning stage. This team has been exercised just for a few days, but you can see some of the players, they do it in a good way, and the continuation and the correction is important. We have to think of intercepting the ball. The intercepting the ball is a defense awareness. It is a fantastic skill to be developed, and the rewarding by intercepting the ball is immediately. You can see the reward from intercepting the ball by stopping the attacker, or stopping the continuation of the attack continuity by intercepting the ball. It is also important to notice that it needs a process to be able to have like individual tactical element. Individual tactical element means the speed, the timing, and the action. The speed, the timing, and the action. We can see it here, and continuing the process, and 1 against 2, and you can see like the arm, the feet, and it is a process. We have to teach the players that immediately after not being successful to go back in defense, where you will try again. Trying is a process, is a part of developing your players. And you see no body contact, no body contact in the early stage. It is 2 against 1, a lot of movement, and you see the arm and the feet. He is not successful yet, hopefully, and you will see it now where you can more pressure on the players, and he have to make decision. You have to help them develop to make decisions. In the end, when they make something right, you have to announce it, you have to explain it, and they have to think what they have done to be successful in their action. Now it is 3 against 2, and you'll see many successful situations in this video. See a lot of movement by the defender. Look how much movement by the defender, and even switching and intercepting the ball. Look at the defender with the blue, how much he go backward, then he decide now to attack and intercept the ball. Beautiful movement by the player. Here also you can see by the arm getting able to get the ball. Blocking is important part of the game. Blocking, there is, high balls, medium high, and low balls. Of course, it depends on the level where the team is, but blocking is big part of defense. You have to decide when you are going to introduce the blocking for your players. It is there. It is part of the mindset of the defender. 1 against 1. A lot of movement, then the decision of the attack. The player moves sideward. When he decides to go in, this is the time where I will tackle and move with my feet. Now, movement, physical, I can link the physical with the technical part like we see in the training and introduce the blocking. You can see that these players are youth players, they are not a novice player. Of course, with the hand, with the cooperation, and you will see the players moving with their feet and using their arm. It's very, like now, you'll see moving with the feet and using their arm. This is, you have as a coach, as a teacher, to identify what you need to train, the priority that you need to train depending on the level of the player. The basic skills of defender: defending position, guarding with ball, and without ball, with your arm and feet, the coordinating, the marking and the switching. It should be the next step, intercepting the ball and blocking. These are the 4 elements. You will not see in the beginning that we concentrate, we don't encourage the body contact, not yet. We want them to have the right movement, try to intercept or gain the ball. We have to, in the age 5 to 10, we have to introduce the goalkeeper position as part of the team, but not as specialized in this age. No specialization in this age. And the beauty about the mini handball, there is no specialization because of the structure of the court. Here we can see more defense work. Pay attention to the you can see the action of the player trying to intercept the ball, either intercepting the passes in the video down, or intercepting or winning the ball in the dribbling. Both are part of the defense mindset, and both are equally important. And of course, you have to have coordinated movement between the feet and the legs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lesson plan for 53 minutes. We have 5 elements in this lesson plan. We have the introduction, where only you have to explain. Then we have the warm-up. This is movement and work. Then the main part. Then the cool down. Then the conclusion. You can have this as an example for defense, and we will go through each part. This is the warming up. It is warming up through a game hunter of the game. You have the 2 players. You have the 2 red player marked with the red. They try to catch the players. See a lot of movement in a specific area, and they try, the one with the red, they try to coordinate between each other. It takes 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Then you have to switch or change, and you can modify it, use it, apply it. You can ask the defender to dribble the ball while catching. You can, if you want to make it easier for the offense, without ball, they run and the defender is dribbling, or the opposite. You can ask the one with the blue to dribble and run away and try the defense without ball to make it easier for the defense. Now the main part, we have 3, 4 against 4. And between the blue cones, you can put the ball like what you see in this illustration, and this where you can spread the goal. It's 4 against 4 in a situated area. This is more defense work. You will see switching in a 3 against 3, and the one on top, you can see physical and body contact in the right way, where you can, and this is for intermediate level. And the one down, you can see the movement without ball, and it's all connected. Why I put 2 videos together? Because it is the mind of the player, where they have to think, depending on the attacker, what method I should use from the mindset of the player. More examples. Three against 3. See a lot of movement, arm work, and intercepting the ball. Now 4 against 4, and where you will see the successful in the last part of the coordinated teamwork through individual action by the defense, attacking, going forward, using your arm. Now switching, going to the player with the ball, and now intercepting the ball. Great work by the defense. Continue with the main part, a different game. You can have like the mattress or any located area where they can move behind it. It's more difficult and for the defense, and you can score when you are inside the mattress. Also the main part now, more game-like situation, but you restrict the area with the cones to make it more specific, and you can go from easy to difficult. So the difficulty, you determine it depending on the level and the stage of your players. See 3 against 4, where they pass the ball to the stationed attacker, where he takes the ball. We try to encourage intercepting the ball with more difficulties in the defense. The cool down, you have to, of course, you have to take the player from that intense work to lower level where they can be ready for the final remarks. Cool down, they can walk without around the court. Cooling down, give them time to breathe and to maybe drink and even just to talk and go down slowly. Then the conclusion, reminding the player the importance of committing to attend the next session and giving feedback for the players. Never, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, start with introduction, finish with description and conclusion of your training. And please be positive and put the plan for the next training. Be positive. Of course, you have to encourage the effort of everyone. Now we will see the optimal phase. We will see the optimal phase of defense, where we see winning the ball in defense, and this is the conclusion of our defense. This is important. Please pay attention to this beautiful young player. Running, losing the ball, gaining the position of the ball, and shooting at the goal. Even in this stage, he shoot the ball, look at the ball, the pass, and go. And instead of going to the body, he goes to the ball, win the ball, and go back to offense. This is excellent execution of winning the ball. See it in slow motion. He's looking at the goalkeeper, following the ball. The minute the player, he put it in the ground, he intercepted, not only intercepting it, controlling it, and go back in offense and shoot at the goal. To me, this is beautiful final product. Goalkeepers. I have to say this about goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is the last defender and the first attacker. You build up your team in attack with the first pass of the goalkeeper. You build up the final product of your defense on the goalkeeper. So we win and score goals from the initiated pass from the goalkeeper, and we save our goal from getting a goal in us by a good defense. Some teams or many teams build up their defense formation depending on the ability of their player. Goalkeeper is a different position. It is a different requirement, and of course, a different mentality. Goalkeeper, it is the most important position on the game, to my opinion, and many coaches as well share this opinion with me, and could be the most neglected, unfortunately. Many places in the world, they have a coach, maybe only one coach, where he will concentrate on the players and no more, and minimum concentration in the goalkeeper. And this is big question mark we have to answer. If we believe it is a very important position, we have to do something. Find, if there is a will, there is a way. If there is a will, there is a way. We have to find means to coach the goalkeeper, maybe special time, maybe before the training, after the training, or special training. Of course, not everybody can be a goalkeeper, but surely everyone can try. Encourage your players to try the goalkeeper position, and maybe they will love it, they will understand it, and they'll be good in it. And thankfully that our ambassador today was one of the top goalkeepers in the world. The goalkeeper is the master of the game. The goalkeeper is the master of the game, and we should give them the recognition, the interest, and the time. The young boy smiling in the goal and moving, this is a movement. This is just, he is a beginner, a true beginner, but he has the courage, and he will go to the ball and try for every ball, which is, to me, excellent action by the player. Now you see the goalkeeper, he is saving the ball, and he will play the ball and will go outside and play the ball. This is excellent from this age, not only saving the ball, but to go outside as a player. You see now in more organized way that please concentrate more on the mental side along with the technical side. Of course, you can see many areas of development, but the courage, the willingness is there, then you can build up in the player. This is one of the trainings where the coach, Dr. Elona, is in the back of the player. She will specify where to shoot. The player in the back, the goalkeeper doesn't know. This is where we say targeted shooting at the goal. And as a coach, you can concentrate at the places where shoot. It is good accuracy for the attacker, and it's good for the goalkeeper to have that ability to train on the goal. We go back to our ambassador, where she will introduce the challenge. Please pay attention to Catherine.
Now I will explain and show an easy exercise. You can do whatever you are. You just need a bit space and you need a handball. You throw the ball up and you start to clap your hands. And when you can clap one time, next time, try see if you can take 2 or 3 times. Okay, I start with first one, easy. If it's easy for you, you can try more. Even higher and more. And see how many you can do before you catch the ball again.
Here we go. We have our challenge. It is easy, and the progression can be difficult, and you can do it yourself, and most important, to let your player. As a conclusion to our presentation today, defense is an essential part of the game. It is important part of the game, and we have to introduce it through activities that provide memorable experience and enjoyment. Please think outside the box. We say players like to play offense. Immediately they like to shoot at the goal. But as a leader, as a coach, as a responsible person, as someone who knows the game, as he knows that defense is as important as offense, you have to help the kids to appreciate the value of defense and goalkeeping. We would like to create the mindset of the player where they see defense as important and equal part of the game. And it is, by all means, it is. It will make them comprehend the phases involved and will promote the mindset that gives them equal importance between shooting at the goal and winning the ball in defense. If you, this is the challenge for you, coaches, teachers, if you can create in the mindset, remember where we saw that the way we think will enforce our feeling, our behavior, our attitude, then our habit. And our habit is our personality. If we want to create that personality of the defender, and we know that good teams, they have good defense. Winning is defense. Playing good handball is defense. And it is a transitional game. So we have to create, we have to challenge ourselves to promote handball, that defense and offense are equal importance. This is my conclusion. I enjoyed the presentation with you. I hope I was able to let you see the importance of defense. Now we can see we can see the answer of the questions, the question we have raised, and we can answer any concern and questions from you. Thank you so much, and I'm willing to listen to you now and try to answer as many questions as we can.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's start with the participant answers to your question. So we had several people answer at exactly the same time. Ahmed Salah and Sila Laskovic both said immediately the main focus is constantly trying to regain possession of the ball. This was actually the most common theme through these comments, that everyone was talking about regaining possession. Renata Ferreira said intercepting the ball, forcing the attacker to make technical mistakes, and forcing the attacker to shoot from a weak position. And Francisco de la Leve said to intercept the ball and force the attacker to fail in their technique. And these were all the first answers that in the very same minute. And then there were lots of other great answers, but all along the same lines.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you. If there is any questions, please, I can share or answer from our guests. If
Okay.
there's any questions.
Yes, we have several questions. So let's start with this one. Somebody asked, because of the way handball has developed in terms of also the rules and a bit of a focus on less physicality, do you think it should be a change in mentality in defense to pay more attention to blocking the ball and intercepting the ball?
It is a process. Thank you for the question. It is a process. It really depends on the success of the attacker. If I can win the ball, this is the priority, to win the ball and go immediately to offense. Secondly, interrupt the ball. Thirdly, it goes by sequence. In the end, it is stopping the players from scoring a goal. This is from the beginning. But with all now the rules, Rule 8 and what comes with it, like the progressive punishment, the 2 minutes or whatever, and the passive play, you want to use the rules for your advantage. As a referee, if I see that you are going for the ball more than the body, if I see you moving, closing the gaps, if I see you covering, this will encourage the idea that this player is trying to gain the ball, not going for the body contact. Of course, body contact is part of our game, and this is an important part of our game. But when we teach children, unfortunately, many student has been taught, or young players, immediately to body contact. So they will have not good coordinated movement, and they will go always to the body contact, neglecting the other side, the other part of winning the ball, intercepting the ball, pushing the player in weak position, technical mistake. You see, all this have to be taught, and in the end, the player will be all-rounded. I would say this in the end for this question, that the more ability as a defender you have to do all the 5 things before body contact, the better you are as a defender.
Okay. Somebody said, you mentioned that you don't teach, but provide the conditions for learning. What are these conditions that you try to provide?
What I mentioned, and this is from Albert Einstein, we put the player, you see, in teaching methods, learning by doing is the best way for somebody to learn. If you do something by yourself and you find the answer by yourself, this is where it will stick. We call it guided discovery. We put them in a situation. You saw 2 against 3, and you saw in the same video, which is 45 seconds, a lot of action not determined by the coach. It is taught by the coach, but it is determined by the condition or the situation of the attack, and the decision was made by the player. We want to create players who think, read the situation, and react to the situation in their best ability. We don't want to create puppets. We want to create thinkers, and we want to create thinkers who knows the game and who knows how to react to different position and movement of the attacker.
Okay, this is a perfect lead-in to another question. Somebody asked, how do you teach children to read the attackers, as they're not very developed in handball yet? So,
very good question. Very good question. You see, in the beginning, Dr. Alona, when the first video I have shown, it is just movement without ball. It is just guarding the player. It is important to go step by step. The games you use, the small-sided game you use, you have to look at exactly what you want. If I want them to intercept the dribbling, for instance, to go for the lower ball of the dribbling, this is where I will teach, where I'll put them in condition 1 against 1, maybe dribbling and try to intercept the ball, or dribbling and try to get position of the ball. If I want them to intercept the ball, I will create trainings that the final outcome will build up the mentality of a defender. If I put a circle with 5 offense players and 3 defender, and the diagonal passes between the attacker, and try just to intercept the ball, and the good thing and the most important, and one of the most important thing, please encourage and applaud the right action. A positive feedback from you as a coach to the action they made in defense. Then when they come back, when you gather them down, you have to ask them what they have done right. You want to take them through the experience, and you want to make this experience permanent, the success of this experiment permanent in their mind. This is where we create the mindset of the player, defender.
okay. Somebody asked, what is the first type of defense that should be taught to children? I suppose they mean the collective system.
Absolutely man-to-man defense. And I think it was said previously in this lecture, in this seminar, we all agree, 1-on-1. Let me give you how much benefit you get from one match. We encourage in our book, The Handball at School, beautiful booklet. We encourage the student to move. We want them to move. We want them to be healthy. With man-to-man defense, you will see a lot of movement. With man-to-man defense, you will see the individual work, and you will see the group work, and you will see the teamwork. In man-to-man defense, you will see the individual decision by marking the player with the ball and marking the player without ball. In man-to-man defense, you will see the relation between the attacker with the ball and the attacker without ball. You can see everything when you introduce man-to-man defense. And this is where you can see the ability of the players, the individual ability will improve for the players.
Okay, and somebody asked, how many defense exercises would you include per week in your training regime?
This is a good question. It really depends on the level. Where are they as players? But to me personally, working defense and offense now, it is a transitional game. When you work in offense, don't neglect the defense. It is part of the better the defense, the better the offense. So you have to work them together. But as a priority, as a priority, 2 to 3 times a week. If you are training 5 times a week, if you are training 3 times a week, I think you have to mix them both in the defense and offense. In the main part, you have development. And I think this is the new tendencies where we work together, the defense and the offense. If you are working 3 times a week.
Somebody asked, how do you keep young players focused in defense throughout a game?
We know that the focus of the defense is short and the focus of the children are short. This is a good way that, and this is the beauty of handball. This is the beauty of handball. The minute you see they are not focused, bring them out, send somebody else. You want the player to be productive, concentrated, and you have to use the rules and substituting the player. We know now that the length of the international level of the attack is less than 30 seconds, more or less. So now this is an objective, 30 seconds. But to me, I think it really depends on the quality of the performance of the player. You see the product I put, it was like an action of 10 seconds where he shooted the ball, go back, get the ball and go back. This is where we see the movement. So it's really, you see at the concentration level, let them rest and they can play again.
Okay, we have a couple of questions about goalkeepers. So let's start with this. Someone said, at this young age, is it better to rotate between the players to see who likes to be a goalkeeper and so on? I think.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is a question with answer.
Yeah.
rotate the players who has the interest and the ability. If he have the ability, not the interest, you have to encourage them to play in the goalkeeper. Maybe in the early stage, they can be good goalkeepers, but they prefer to play in. That's why you alternate. In the end, maybe they go back to the goalkeeper and they can be very successful goalkeeper. Courtney, many goalkeepers started in a playing position, they then became good goalkeepers.
So related to this, people asked, what are the criteria that you would look for when it's time to choose someone who will specialize as goalkeeper?
Oh, height, coordination, speed, courage, good movement, good power in the legs, reading the game. It is one of the most important positions. Let me go back. Let me list them down. You have to have the good posture of a goalkeeper, the height. It really helped. So, and we have an average of top goalkeepers, and we see the taller the goalkeeper, the better in closing the position. We have to have the coordination level, the flexibility, the physical ability, then the technical ability of, you know, moving in the goal, closing the corner, and defending the lower ball, the high balls. And now with the new rules, we have to have the quickness in going out and coming back. We have the good ability of passing from the goalkeeper. So all over, this is the quality of good goalkeeper.
Let's do one more about goalkeepers. Somebody asked, what about counterattacks and fast breaks with children, including like a long pass from the goalkeeper? Is this something that you teach, or they learn this later?
For mini handball, we play in a smart court. So with this level, you will not see fast break, the normal fast break. It is going to be movement. When you go to the normal court, I think you have to introduce it depending on the ability of your players, not starting from the beginning, but fast break, the enlarged fast break, the second wave fast break, some like to call it, I think have to be introduced because this is the quickness of the game. You know, handball now is a transitional game, means we have to transfer from defense immediately in offense, and we are looking for easy chances to score at the goals. Easy chances means enlarged fast break, either with one pass or extended passes.
Okay, let's do one more. And you've already spoken about one-on-one defense as the priority. So does this mean that in terms of a system, you would use 6-0 defense for young children?
I will not, my opinion, I will not start immediately with 6-0. The more open the defense, the more individual work in the defense. 6-0, it looks easy, but it's one of the most difficult defense system. There is a lot of covering, coordination, switching, but offensive defense, like maybe 1-5, not 5-1, 1-5, 3-3. Then slowly I go backward. To me, start with more open width and depth in the defense, then you go gradually backward.
Okay, I think we can wrap up there. Do you have any final comments you would like to share?
First, I would like to thank everyone in IHF, your work, and Sabrina, Torsten, everybody. And I would like to emphasize that defense is an equal part of the game. As a coach, you can teach something you don't like, but you will prevail with something you understand, you like, and you know the importance of. Defense is important. I hope through this lecture, we can say that it is an equal part of winning the game, understanding the game. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We have a lot of really positive comments that people found this very informative and helpful. So thank you so much, Nabil. And we will, so everybody, we are back again on Tuesday. We're in the final week already of the first IHF Children's Handball Symposium, if you can believe it. Tuesday, 25th of May, 2 p.m. Central European Summer Time. And the next lecture is Teaching in the Real World by Mr. Craig Rote. So we will see you on Tuesday. Thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.